Hey everyone, this is Rochelle from Multiple Passive Streams of Income. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you're notified when I load new videos. As always, I will include a timeline in the description below so you can skip to the parts that interest you. And my affiliate links are in the description below as well. So if you're interested in anything I talk about, you can join through my affiliate links. Some of them will help you as well as help me. Let's get started. I watch a lot of YouTube videos about cryptocurrency, and this allows me to basically get info in short spurts during the day, allows me to overlap other tasks that I'm doing, and I can just stay current with my cryptocurrency information. Now, each YouTuber has their own specialty and their preferences on how they exist in this crypto space. And I believe people who are in this space or looking to get into this space will gravitate to the investment options they feel most comfortable with. On the screen, I listed some of the most common options people get themselves involved in. If you're a person that feels Bitcoin will be worth more in the future than it is the day you buy it, you probably are the buy and hodl type. If you're a person that likes to research emerging cryptocurrency startups and you feel you can find those diamond in the rough and capitalize on the startup cost of these ICOs, with the hopes that one or more of your picks will explode in the future, then ICOs are the way that people like that go. If you're more of a technical person, you like to work with computer hardware, you probably will do the coin mining route where you own rigs, which are the computer hardware, and you physically mine cryptocurrency directly. If you like the concept of mining, in other words, you believe mining is profitable, but you don't want to own mining rigs, and you aren't the physical, technical type, you probably will consider or have considered cloud mining. If you like to trade, you like to do technical analysis, you like to chart, you will probably opt to trade currency just like those who trade stocks, futures, forex, etc. There are also cryptocurrency trading bots that will trade for you or send you trade signals to trade. So as you can see, there are many options for all types of people to get into cryptocurrency. Now, my channel, Multiple Passive Streams of Income, is devoted to showing you all of my attempts at creating passive income streams. My videos have mostly concentrated on cloud mining investments because those are the ones earning daily, and I can show you real proof of these investments, which I do with a video every week. I also have a Shopify store that sells crypto themed tees and hoodies, which I have not been able to successfully earn money from. But I do show you all my attempts, so if you're struggling with a Shopify store, you can see what I've tried and hopefully learn from my mistakes. Now let's jump back to cloud mining and try to determine if the profitability is there or not. The reason why no one can absolutely tell you if mining will be profitable is because there are so many unpredictable variables to account for. Also, many of the tools to measure profitability can only tell you what to expect in the future if certain variables stay the same, and we know that variables don't stay the same. So what variables am I talking about? Well, one of the biggest variables is the price of Bitcoin. Another variable is the difficulty in mining Bitcoin. Another variable is the cost of mining contracts. The prices of mining contracts go up and down. Also, the legitimacy of the companies you decide to invest in. Obviously, that's a great concern. The timing of your investments, when you start your investment, what was the price of Bitcoin when you bought your mining contract? When did you withdraw coin and convert it into USD dollars? Did you reinvest any of your earnings to buy more hash power? See, as you can see, it's just too many variables. So how can one know if mining will be profitable or not? First, let me explain in theory why I think cloud mining will be profitable, and then I'm going to show you some tools on how you can make that decision for yourself. The first thing is, when you mine, you are gaining Bitcoin on a daily basis. So no matter what variables are happening, right? Bitcoin is fluctuating up and down, difficulty is increasing, etc. My mining contract is still churning out Bitcoin. My second consideration was that I believe Bitcoin will make new highs. Of course, I hope it happens in 2018, but no one knows if it will happen or when it will happen if it does. So if you are investing, no matter what option you're using, you have some type of belief or system you believe in that you feel will allow you to profit from your choice of investment. Whether it's spotting an ICO that you believe will explode in price, whether you see chart patterns you believe tells you the direction of coin prices, whether you are into fundamentals and you believe in the utility of the coins, the problems they will solve in the future, and you believe their utility will allow for profits in the future. No matter what you believe, you invest on a certain belief system. The third consideration was trying to ensure I picked a reputable cloud mining company, and that isn't exactly guaranteed. There are basically about 3 companies that seem to be reputable because of their track records, and those are CCG Mining, Genesis Mining, and Hashflare. But nothing is truly 100%. As we know from what seem to be reputable Ponzi schemes. Look at how long Bernie Madoff was able to convince people that he was working magic, and it turned out to be a Ponzi scheme. So at the time when I started in December 2017, Hashflare was the only company that was offering hash power at that particular time. So this is why my decision was to invest in Hashflare. Now, if you want to play with different variables, there's a calculator that I like to recommend. It's at mycryptobuddy.com. It allows you to change difficulty, the prices of the contracts you bought, the maintenance fees of your contracts, any anticipated monthly price, Bitcoin price changes, if you plan to sell coins while you have the contract. It also allows you to change the difficulty percentages. So it's a good calculator if you want to play with different variables to see how profitable your cloud mining contracts can turn out. Now, how you use this calculator, I'm going to direct you to a fellow Crypto Robert. I'll link his video in the description, and he does a very nice job of explaining how to consider each of these variables and how to calculate what needs to be put into this calculator. If you check out his video, he starts talking about that at the 17th minute mark of the video. So if you forward to that particular part of the video, this is where you'll find the calculator and how to use it. So because the answer to the question of cloud mining being profitable is so convoluted, I needed for myself some way to measure and justify this investment. So I'm taking actual numbers from my mining contracts and coming up with a measurement that makes sense to me. Hopefully this approach will allow you to justify your investment with cloud mining, or justify a reason to get into cloud mining or not. Now let's take a look at my screen. As you can see, on December 6, 2017, I bought 1 terahash of SHA-256. On December 12th, I bought an additional 20 terahash of SHA-256. And as you can see, on today, I am mining 21 terahash of Bitcoin. Another thing I want to point out on the screen is that every day the forecast changes for this Bitcoin mining, because Hashflare is utilizing the price of that day to make that forecast. Another thing I want to point out about my Hashflare dashboard is I have Bitcoin prices highlighted in yellow, and that is because I have a Chrome extension called Bitcoin Auto Converter. Just Google that and you can get that Chrome extension, and that's how you can get the Bitcoin prices added to your Hashflare dashboard. The cost of the 21 terahash amounted to $3,150. I want to plug that amount into a calculator that you can use at tools.bitcoin.com. It's a price converter. And what I did is I plugged $3,150 into that converter, and you can also change the date on this converter to reflect the close of the Bitcoin price for that day. So in the illustration here, I plugged in the date of December 12th because that's when I bought most of the 21 terahash that I'm mining today. So the price converter is telling me that if I had purchased $3,150 worth of Bitcoin on December 12th, that would allow me to obtain 0.18746028 Bitcoin. So my next question is, will the $3,150 that I invested in Hashflare be able to generate that amount of Bitcoin you see on the screen? To continue my analysis, I want to try to take as many variables out of the equation as possible. So I'm going to turn to my Hashflare account, and as you can see, on January 9th, I withdrew 0.05 Bitcoin from my account. As of today, I have accumulated an additional 0.106 Bitcoin. So if we add what I've withdrew with what I have in today, and I've been mining for a little over 3 months, as you can see, I have generated 0.156 Bitcoin. Now, if we take that fact and we use it to try to figure out how much Bitcoin we can generate by the end of the year's contract with Hashflare, if we times that amount times 4, because there's 4 quarters in a year, it is likely that the mining contract will generate 0.624 Bitcoin when it's all said and done. If we compare that to the amount of Bitcoin that I could have purchased on December 12th, that's the date that I started my Hashflare cloud mining investment, I would have only been able to buy 0.187 Bitcoin. So if we look at it from that perspective, it does seem that cloud mining is more profitable than me buying and hodling it. So now let's take the numbers and try to improvise more difficulty in mining Bitcoin, because it is going to get harder and harder each day of the year. So if we take the 0.156 Bitcoin that I've already mined in the 3 months, and let's say we times that by 3, that's the 3 months times 3, and that will give us the 9 months for the rest of the year contract with Hashflare. And then we divide that amount by 2. As you can see on the screen, that would be a total of 0.234 Bitcoin. Now, if we add that amount to what we've already gained in the 3 months, the 0.156, that would give us a total of 0.39 Bitcoin. If we compare that to the amount of Bitcoin I could have bought on the day I started my Hashflare contract, which was December 12th, my mining contract is still more profitable than the amount of Bitcoin I could have bought on that day and for that price. Now let's take a look at a Bitcoin chart. And on this chart, I'm showing you the date that Bitcoin was at its highest, which was December 17th, 2017. If I take the best case scenario, let's say my mining contract can generate 0.624 Bitcoin at the end. And let's say Bitcoin can make a new high. I plugged in the 0.624 for the Bitcoin, and I also entered the date of December 17th. And as you can see, if Bitcoin can make new highs, that amount of Bitcoin would be worth $11,976. And if we take the original investment of $31.50 from it, the potential profit could be over $8,800. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart to see what day was the lowest Bitcoin price since I started my investment on December 12th. And that day happens to be February 6, 2018. If I plug that date into the price converter and use the same 0.624 Bitcoin, you will see that that amounts to $4,369. Now, if I take my original $31.50 investment from that, the Bitcoin earned will still allow me a profit of over $1,200. So again, profitability is shown versus buying and hodling. Let's take the lesser of our two scenarios, and I'll plug in the 0.39 Bitcoin, and I'll put the date of the highest Bitcoin price, which was December 17th. And as you could see, that would generate $7,485. If we take the $31.50 from that, you will see that this mining contract could be profitable by $4,300. Now let's look at the worst case scenario of gaining 0.39 Bitcoin and also cashing it in on the day that Bitcoin was its lowest, which was February 6th. And as you can see, that would generate about $2,731. And at that point, we would actually take a loss if we were to convert our Bitcoin on a day where Bitcoin was its lowest. Ultimately, not all investments are going to be profitable. But I think with the analysis I've covered so far, I think you'll agree that mining Bitcoin is more probable to be more profitable than buying and hodling. So how can you use this information to determine if you should invest in cloud mining in the future? Let's use Hashflare. The price of 1 terahash of SHA-256, which is Bitcoin, it's $120, but they have a 10% discount going on, so it will reduce it down to $108. So now let's take the $108, plug it into the price converter, and let's change the dates to the lowest date, the highest date, and yesterday's date to determine the amount of Bitcoin we can get for $108. So on February 6th, you could get 0.0154 Bitcoin for $108. On December 17th, which was the high point, you could get 0.005 Bitcoin. And as of yesterday, you could have bought 0.0118 Bitcoin for $108. Now let's go over to my CryptoBuddy calculator. And the main fields I want you to concentrate on is the 1 terahash for the hash rate, and also the $108 it cost in the hardware cost, and that's the price of the contract for 1 terahash of Bitcoin mining. Now, as you can see, the calculator is stating that 0.00229 Bitcoin would be the amount of Bitcoin that you could earn monthly from mining 1 terahash and buying it for $108. If we take that 0.00229 Bitcoin and times it by 12 to represent the 12 months of the 1-year contract with Hashflare, the Bitcoin should accumulate to about 0.02748 Bitcoin. So as you can see from mining Bitcoin, no matter what day you would have purchased the same amount of Bitcoin for $108, even if you did it on the worst date so far for Bitcoin, the best date so far for Bitcoin, or yesterday's price of Bitcoin, as you can see, 0.02748 Bitcoin is more Bitcoin you could have bought on those days. So again, trying to prove that I believe mining can definitely be more profitable than buying and hodling. In all of the subject matter that I've shown so far, I'm really focusing on the amount of Bitcoin that can be generated from mining versus just outright buying Bitcoin and hodling it. Now, obviously, I've said that I believe that Bitcoin will make new highs. So that is like the ultimate belief why I even want to invest in cryptocurrency to begin with. Secondly, I haven't done any reinvesting. So I'm just going off of the first $31.50 investment that I made and trying to gain enough Bitcoin and obviously be able to convert it into USD dollars at a price that would allow me to recoup my original investment back. And I don't like to have to time the market. I don't want to have to try to predict when I can buy it low, when I can sell it high. I really just don't want to be involved in that at this point of my investment. So this is why I'm so optimistic about mining. Now, let's just use another scenario. Let's say that I could buy a total of one Bitcoin. Let's say the Bitcoin is $10,000 and it eventually goes up to $20,000. If I'm able to sell that Bitcoin for $20,000, I have made $10,000 off of my buy and hodl investment. If I was to take that same $10,000 and buy as much hash rate as I could probably get about 92.5 terahash from Hashflare, and that would amount to $9,990. And if I plug it into our handy dandy calculator here, as you can see, I have 92.5 terahash in the hash rate, and I have the $9,990 in the hardware cost. That is the cost of buying the 92.5 terahash. Now, the calculator states that that would allow us to gain 0.212 Bitcoin each month. If we take that amount and we multiply it by 12 months, that would amount to 2.544 Bitcoin versus one Bitcoin we bought at $10,000. Now, if we were able to convert that 2.544 Bitcoin when the price of Bitcoin is $20,000, we would end up with over $50,000. So as you can see, I just think that mining is the better route to go. Obviously, you'll have to make the decision for yourself. But I hope by doing all of this analysis and also introducing you to the two tools that I'm using for the analysis, hopefully that will allow you to figure out whether you would like to invest in mining if you haven't already done so. And obviously you could use this as a method to determine if you want to reinvest in mining. So again, this is Rochelle for Multiple Passive Streams of Income. Thanks for always listening. Please again subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, take care of yourself as well as others. Take care.